Check 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. What's up, everyone? Waiting for people to come on. What's up, everyone? Can you guys hear me? Deb, Rob, Jasco, Steve, air guitar. So I'm in my new space right now, which is about, is today the 26th? Oh, it's the 26th. Sorry about that. I'm in the new room. I've got new internet that is plugged directly in. I had people come in and actually hook up a hard line in here. I'm 30 feet from my control room, so it's just a different room. But the control, or from the live room. So I got to figure out the lighting for behind it still. I ordered some things to come down from the ceiling to hang. So here's the ceiling up here. Let me see if I can show you guys here. There's the ceiling. So I have lights that I have things that are going to come down that I can actually hang my lights on. I think that the tone in here is excellent. DJ, you're very welcome. Very welcome. I have some side lights that are installed here. I'm going to turn those on and see if it's too bright in the back. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. So that's like a side light. Now check this out. This is with the lights up. So this is what I couldn't do in the old room. Now that's too bright, obviously. But, I mean, I can do incredibly bright lighting in here. Hold on. That might be too bright, too. That's okay. So this is far better for video. That I have, I can do really dark. I can do anything now. I got to get a rug for here. Plug it in and play an A chord. Nothing's plugged in back there. We literally, before Billy left today, he helped me put everything back there. That's not actually all of my amps, but best backdrop on YouTube. There you go. I'm going to turn off that side light. Hold on. It's kind of bugging me. Better. I still don't have it quite like I want it to be back there. I need some lights that are lighting up the back wall. Same colors, everything. Same color scheme. Difference in this floor. This is a bamboo floor, whereas the other one is an oak floor. Now normally I'm turned to the side. I've got the amps behind me. I mean, sometimes I turn backward. It looks like a green screen. Subi, does it look too does it look fake or what? I'm a little bit brightly lit still too. Let me turn this down. Let's see here. That's probably better. That's better. Oh, that's perfect. So, Tom, may you borrow one of those lamps? You hate computer plug-in. I know, right? Those lamps are actually not on. It's just bright. I actually have lights lighting up the back. Because I don't have the things that I do the flooring. I had I actually hired a guy to do that. But it's flooring went down in a day. Square footage. Well, this whole area is 4,000 square feet. The whole studio area is 4,000 square feet. If you look down to the control room is that way, or the live room is that way. Like I said, it's about 30 feet away. But it's probably 100 feet from that wall to the far wall of the control room. Does it smell of paint? It does not. No, it was a very low VOC paint. Here, I'll turn up the volume if it's a little low. Mic volume. I have a bigger desk. And this is really great. So I'm going to set up a station for here. So I have a couch over here. Let me show you around here. So I have a couch. So I got all my guitars here. I have a couch right there. A guitar there. Then over here where the blue wall is where I'm going to have the whiteboard. So when I do my whiteboard lessons, everything will be plugged in. There won't be any weird dropouts or anything like that, or people won't be saying, "Well, I can't hear you," or any of that stuff. So hopefully, what did I just do? I don't think I have this on right. Hold on. There we go. This is their butler service with the studio. I'm the butler. But I'm getting a bigger whiteboard. I'm going to get I'm either going to buy a whiteboard or I'm going to put up a 4x8 whiteboard. You want to break dance on that floor, Subi, right? Yeah, and the acoustics are great in here. It's pretty much just like the old studio. What is the ceiling treatment? There is no ceiling treatment. It's the floor joists. Dim my background lighting. Let me see here. Let's see if I can do that. I'd have to do this. Let's see here. Hold on. Dim this side. Then this is kind of how it is. This is like my normal live stream lighting. A little bit more light on me. Hold on. Turn up this light a little bit. That's kind of my normal live stream lighting. What are the two giant cigarettes? Those are lights, actually. Too dark? Isn't this typically how I am on the live streams at night? Something kind of like this. I think the background's a little bit too dark. Hold on, I'll answer questions here in a second. I want to brighten it up a little bit. It needs a little, like some fill light back here. I don't like that one light there. It doesn't have the barn doors on it. Anyhow. That's better, right? I'll get it right. When I hang the lights from the ceiling, I'll have the lights back there and I'll be able to light up the space properly. You thought only video stuff in here? No. No, so the live room is going to be returned to to an actual studio. So when I go in there, it's going to be a lot cleaner in there, but it's going to have we're going to be able, it's going to have a drum set and everything. Oh, you want me to turn on those lights back there? I think those lights they're too bright. I need something more like this. I really kind of need a light like this back here. Hold on. need more of a light like that. Something that's not quite as bright. Those other lights are really super bright. That's better anyways. Yeah, it's better. Right? I have another one. Hold on. See if this looks better. Hold on. Hold on. Oh yeah. That's way cooler. Oh, far better. That looks more natural. I'll get it together here. The two white ones look like the cylinders at Abbey Road. I'm going to put those in the other corner of the room, in the front corner of the room. Tom, you love the amps as a backdrop. Well, that's it. That's the rock and roll backdrop right there. But I can push this thing. I keep thinking I can keep moving my. I can move the whole thing even further away because the room it's a big room. It's basically as big as my live room. It's 600 square feet. How's the guitar neck show up in the camera? Let's check it out here. Let's see here. I got nothing plugged in. Hold on. Oh, it's gonna be perfect. Great. I need to, like I said, I need to figure out the lighting in here though. What was that? Oh. Wall of amps versus amplitude plugin. I'm not a big fan of the amplitude plugin, to be honest with you. Not a big fan. I have a lot of amp plugins, a lot of them, and I've owned amplitude, but I'm not a big fan of it. Oh, I think where I am in the room is far better right now. My face is too bright. That's because the YouTube thing is... hold on, let's try this. No. It's just that the computer screen lights it up so much. Everything of doing a rundown of plugins and rating them. I have. Have I tried an Axe Effects? I have an Axe Effects in the other room. Do I plan on putting baffles in here? It's a little boomy. This is pretty much exactly like the other room is. Almost no difference at all. But I will have a rug back there. So I don't think it's boomy at all. Makeup. Let's see. Plan a live stream more Q&A like I did recently. Absolutely. You know, so I wanted to try out this internet. I want to try out the. Let's see. When you mic the guitar cabs, how are you able to separate the head with the cabinet? When I mic the guitar cabs, I bring them into the control room. Turn on all the amps at the same time. What do you amplify an XFX with? You plug it in through the speakers. Did I see anything cool at NAMM? You love the low views? What does that mean, Subi? Did I see anything at NAMM? Trying to think what I saw at NAMM that was interesting. What did I see that was interesting? So the best stuff that I saw, the best amp that I saw is the Park 18 watt. That's one of the best amps that I saw. And it sounds unbelievable. It's made. Do you see the Park right kind of above my head right there? That's a Park 65. And so the guy that makes it, Mitch Colby, who makes Colby amps, he has an amp out that is just outstanding. Tim Pierce did a video on all his amplifiers, and one of them was the Park 18 watt. So but he has a prototype. If you watch his video and listen to it, to all the amps he has, that I thought was the best sounding one on his entire. I thought that was on his entire channel. Those were the best videos, or the best amplifiers, the two Parks. With this one in particular, the 18 watt one, just sounded phenomenal. It was really, just ridiculous. So the one that Mitch has coming out has more features than Tim's, since he wasn't finished when Tim got the prototype. It was just like some of the features that were there, or that are there now, are not there. Do I like Novo guitars? I like the guys at Novo, but honestly, I don't know if I've ever played a Novo. I was at a Novo party, and I think I played Rhett's Novo a couple times, and it felt good, but I don't know if I've ever played a Novo other than that, a Novo. So yeah. Thoughts on Splawn and Friedman amps? I owned a Splawn that I liked a lot. That was a basically like a modded Marshall, a high gain amp, and but it had 5881 tubes in it, so it had more headroom. So did I meet RJ? I did meet RJ. Nice guy. Do I like Bias, Fox, and Amp? Bias FX? Not a big fan of it. Alexander writes, criteria for judging an amplifier. Criteria for judging an amplifier. I mean, there's many criteria. How the mid-range sounds. Criteria, Joe. Ears. There you go. I mean, there's just so many different things you look for. Any new amazing effects coming out? There's so many effects. Oh, man. Really so many. Have I ever met Paul Reed Smith? I interviewed him on my channel. Ampeg bass amps. I have a 1968, the first year, in my studio. that I'm going to do in a video now. Now it's uncovered. It was behind all this stuff. These are just the guitar amps. I don't have any bass amps in here. I literally got all this stuff set up. And then plugged in my computer to do the live stream. This is amazing. My live stream green light has been on the entire time, which means I've got no all my upload stuff is dead straight, which is unbelievable because I have a hard Ethernet port here. So no lag, exactly. You see, do you know how mad I was with all this stuff, with all that lagging yesterday with the two down live streams? I had to get this. I had to get this working right. So I called yesterday. I have two different internet services. I have Xfinity, which is fast and unbelievably inconsistent. And then I have AT&T, which I've always had. And so I asked the guys from AT&T. It's a much slower service, but it never drops. Knock on wood, never drops out. So and I just can't have live streams dropping out anymore. It was ridiculous yesterday. And the guys from I asked the guys from AT&T today when they were installing they basically just installed the jack. And they said that usage in the afternoon in this area on Comcast is there. It's a shared network, I guess. Martin, exactly right. What is speed without reliability? AT&T never goes down ever. But they told me that a lot of people that do internet stuff like me have two separate interview systems internet systems. I thought it was really unusual, but does Flat 5 have a way to notify you if someone goes live? I'm not sure. I swear like only 1% of the chat is getting through. What's that? What do you mean? Cable internet depends on the usage of your neighbors. Yes, that's what they're telling me today. I didn't realize that. Rising it slow on your phone in the afternoon. It's ridiculous, right? So my kids game on a different system. Party lines, internet, yeah, party. I remember party lines growing up. So I have a cables distributed shared node. Okay, so this AT&T, it doesn't have very high upload speed. It's got, or the download speed's 48 and upload is 5 megabits, but 5 megabits dead straight where it never fails. It's at 54. It's going between 5 and 54, and I have a green light on my OBS that I stream through. And 5 is perfectly fine. Steven says 5 is too low. The other one has 50 upload speed, my other internet, and that's what I've been using where it drops out. That's why I have all this yeah, that's why I've had all these problems. It's too low a headroom. You know what? I never had any problems when I was streaming. I had a hard line into the that stopped working, and I never had any problems with it. And then all of a sudden, I've had problems. recently. A lot of problems. Let's see. Stop and roll. Mixing question. How should I handle bass guitar that's playing double tracked 8-string? Take one of the tracks out. Fios is not available here. That's how you handle double tracked 8-string guitars. That's how you handle the bass. I'm just joking with you. You get a high pass filter the stuff, even if it's really low tuned, because it takes up way too much headroom in your mix. Steven says it will go lower than 5 at times. It has not gone lower than 5 at all the entire time we've been in here. I don't have Fios, no. It's not here in my area. How big is a raw file folder for my 4K videos? My last video of the 200 or the 20 acoustic guitar intro or electric guitar intros, 200 gigs almost, 190 gigs. Thoughts on an apartment studio. Also, do I like to power off everything on and off individually? I never power anything down ever, except for the lights. That's it. Never. The UMG caused them to sabotage my internet. I know. Sending a file of 290 gigs through a straw is the best analogy. Thoughts on the Roland Cube? Well, it worked for Neil Schoen on the Escape record. GDK says, you're a software engineer. Recommend rebooting machines often. I reboot my computer all the time. I do. Start it, restart it every day. That doesn't mean I really turn it off, though. But I don't turn any of my rack gear off, any of the Neves or anything. It's not good to turn them off. No. What's my electric bill? It's a lot. Am I going to buy a $6,000 Mac Pro? No, I'm not. 6 months sleep goes, yeah, so a classmate turned it off. He had to get it repaired. That's exactly right. That's why he never turned anything off. Why don't you turn them off? Because it's really bad to turn them off. I guess you can. I'm not sure why. I just did that because you never turn off gear in studios. They always say it's bad to cycle gear on and off. When's the next Iden interview? I'm not sure. How do you set up in an apartment, in a studio, in a small room? It's tough. It's really, really hard not having any space. Really hard. Who is my Mac computer guy? Matt, thank you. Can I talk about a good starting point for recording guitar? What do you use for software computer minimums? Well, you got to have a good... you just have to have a good DAW and you got to have a fast computer. You know, not that fast of a computer. You have to computer, a DAW. And, you know, you can either record through something like an Axe-Fx or Kemper, or you can mic an amplifier. If you live in an apartment, you can. They have boxes that do amp model amp cabinets and things like that. Steve says that heat and cool causes expansion contraction weakens solder joints. I have individual pre's, Andy, for tracking. I've had a console before, but do I use power conditioners? I have power conditioners, yeah. Do I like Queensryche? I do. I will do Jet City Woman sometime. What do I think of Walter Becker's playing? He's great. Great player. Hear that walking around? You turn your Kemper power on and off every night. Is that optimal? I probably would do that. Anything that's a computer that has memory in it, things like that. I would turn on and off. Could I interview Mick Goodrick or Tim Miller? Mick, probably not. Tim, yes. I don't know Tim. I'm friends with Tim on Instagram, but I've never met him before. But Mick he's not interested in doing an interview. So I kind of reached out to him through one of his students. And I think Mick is pretty much retired now. So let's see here. How's the interview for Pat Metheny going? Well, it's not really going. What's up, Roberta? Good to see you. How's the interview? Let's see. Jetsu Woman will do. Okay. Do I have a separate building for my studio? Let's see. Turn your Apollo Twin on and off with your speakers every night. I don't turn my speakers off, Chris. I don't turn my power amp off for my NS10s either. Thank you, Roberta. I just don't do it. I don't know why. Yeah, that's an interesting question about that, about cycling power on things. Typically, people don't do it on studio gear like mic pre's, things like that, compressors. But Pro Gear is made to be on all the time. That's right. Let's see here. Am I going to do something on the Cult? I'd like to do something on the Cult. I don't know who would watch it now, though. My old band toured with the Cult for about 10 days. And Ian Astbury, I've had dinner with, and he was an incredibly great guy. Very interesting guy. Frank says thermal cycling is bad for most electronics. Well, there you go. You guys would watch it. That's funny. So has all that old vintage studio gear been on nonstop for 40 years? Well, all the stuff in my studio, I've been in this studio for 15 years. It's never been off. Like my Neve mic pre's. No. Never been off. You'd watch the Cult? You guys would all watch the Cult? So Ian Astbury's from Belfast. Oh my God, he was fascinating to talk to. I went out to dinner with him and someone else. I can't remember who it was. It was really, really fascinating. No power outages. We'll have power outages occasionally, but I have everything on battery backup. So if you have a power outage, then I power down. Once it goes out, I power it down. What's my primary factor for determining bands or songs for what makes a song great? If UNG will block it. I don't really think about that. I'll tell you how I decide if I can do a song or not. If I go to YouTube and I find fans that have lyric videos on there, I know the people are not blockers. So there you go. Rick, you'd watch it, but you watch anything, everything. Never turn off the bill. No, cycling and stuff. Not turning it off doesn't use very much energy. Any plans for a master class this year? You know, I usually would have done the master class by now or right around now, but I haven't done it. I'm too busy right now with I mean, this project is done now. There's a few things left to do about it, but I think that I don't know. Maybe I will do it. I could do it next month. I need a break, Chris. How do I decide, Zach asks, about what makes it sound great and a new artist versus an artist you've already done an episode on before? Usually the episodes the bands that I do another second episode of is when I would do a really commercial song, and then I like I did Enter Sandman for Metallica, but then I came back and did Master of Puppets. So I usually will do that. I usually do the most popular song of a band, then I'll do an album track or something like that. When was my last family vacation? Let's see here. Probably, I don't know, last month maybe? I think it was last month. I can't remember. It was recently. I forget where we went. Thanks, James. Where did we go? I don't know. Definitely had a family vacation recently, but I can't remember where. Am I a Tom Waits fan? Absolutely. Any relationship to Anthony Bourdain? No. I hear something. Wish you had some different attitudes for we were recording, kind of pigeonholing myself. Wouldn't mind if I took a break from YouTube and got burned out and relax. Relax from what? You know what? I hate going to the beach. I hate vacation. I admit it. And you know what? When we went to Cape Cod and then Maine last summer, and during that I did one live stream with my friend Pat from Cape Cod, and then I made 2 videos while I was in Maine at the house we stayed at on the beach, and they were huge videos, like massive. When I was gone, I had no gear there. I made them with my phone, and that was the biggest my channel was until right now. Vacation, what's that? I know, I honestly cannot stand Vacation. I'm not interested at all. Sharks and tornadoes, Cape Cod, right? Roberta. Any plans to do a class in Rochester? No. Let's see here. This is not work for Rick. That's right. It's not work. I have not seen yesterday yet. No. Too close to 1 million subs now, Paul says. So this. Okay, so I'll tell you guys because I don't talk about this on the main channel. Okay, so I'm going to give you some stats because my channel has been crushing it lately. Okay. Except for my live stream yesterday, did not crush it. By the way, I have the discount code still going to 30% off anything in my store. Anybody wants to support my channel here that hasn't bought something, James, your wife would like to meet my wife. Well, my wife won't get on camera, so it's not going to happen. So the most minutes I ever had in a month until this month was about, I want to say, I may be wrong about this, but I want to say 9 million minutes in a month. Something like that. This month, the last 28 days, my channel has had 62 million minutes. Okay. I've had around 9 million views in the last 28 days. Oh, yeah. So the discount is RB725, 30% off. Anybody wants to buy anything? No one's bought anything, I can tell, because I would see it right here. So 62 million watch minutes in the last 28 days. That is unbelievable. 9 million views. 81,000 subscribers in the last 28 days. To get 100,000 subscribers and you get the YouTube play button. I mean, Rhett, who you guys know, his channel only has 75,000 subscribers. And I'm not saying that in any ways. Rhett gets mad when I, but I've had 81,000. I mean, I almost could have gotten the the play button for 100,000 just in the last month. Well, I mean, if you take the last 30 days, this is only the last 28 days. The last 30 days is probably 90,000. What's the demographics for those last 80,000? I'll tell you. Okay, the 18 to 24, 14.5%. 25 to 34, 23.3. 35 to 44, 21.2. 45 to 54, 19.8. 55 to 64, my demographic is 13.7. 65 plus, 5.8. Oh, and 13 to 17, 1.6. It's unbelievably consistent between, 25 to 55 is insanely similar. There's only, there are only a couple points between them. Dean, what did you miss? The kids love you. I know, right? It's crazy. Somebody just bought something. Somebody bought a mug. Somebody on here just bought something. I know. I just saw it. That's awesome. 56 Cal. There you go. So my discount is going for another hour, but 30% off anything in there. So the last 30 days, Joe, 84,000, almost 85,000, which is up 150%, 148.9%, 150%. Not Fruit of the Loom, Rick. T-shirts. Hanes. What makes this mug great? To me, the best mug or the best beer, the beer stein with the beer stein, as Aaron calls it, with the circle of fifths on. I think it looks amazing. I like that. How do they analyze ages? I have no idea. It's Google. It's Google Analytics. But this month is the first time that I've had 50% of my people on my channel from the United States. 50.6%. Usually it's about 46%. You bought them. You like the Triad one the best, Eli. I like the Triad one too. So I would say, kind of when you subscribed, I was at 796K. Well, if everything I'm averaging is a UK big audience, yeah. If you look at the top countries, US, UK, Canada, Australia, Germany, then Sweden, Brazil, Netherlands, France, Italy, Spain, Mexico, Finland, Poland. So today I've had 3,400 subs, 3,400 subscribers, which is, I'm averaging 2,800 subscribers right now. It was insane. Thank you, Chris. What's my favorite amp of all time? My favorite amp behind me? Probably my Vox AC30. Something like that. Silver Jubilee, maybe. I don't know. They're all good. The Park is great. My Orange Overdrive, which is right there, is great. Right there. Orange Overdrive. That Princeton is great too. That's a Peter Stroud modded Princeton that has six L6s in it, and it has incredible headroom. Oh, it's so good. Do I think that Andy Wallace using drum samples breaks Rage's "we don't use samples" rule? Well, Rage had samples on every one of their records, so yeah. Did I ever get sent a Supro? No, I don't get sent things like Rhett does. People send Rhett stuff all the time. Nothing beats the SG. So Dean, the SG has a crack in the headstock that developed without any, it did not fall. It developed a split. I'm going to show you guys. You guys want to see? I'm going to show it to you anyways. I noticed it the other day, and it was not there before. I'm going to get Dave Honorato to fix it, but you're going to see this. I know this really bummed me out. Let's see if you can see it. It's on this side, starting right here. I'm not sure you can see it. You can see it. You can see it a little bit right there. There it is. You see it goes up through here. You can see it goes up through all the tuning heads. Lack of humidity. It really could be. It's really bumming me out. It's really bumming me out. I got kind of depressed. But Dave said that he can fix this easy, no problem. He'll just glue it and clamp it. It's with the grain, so he said no problem. Have I ever been on Dave Pensato's show? No. You know what though? Hold on. When I was in LA last month, or whenever it was, I sat with Dave Pensato at a studio. I went to meet a friend of Tim Pierce's, who's a producer. Michaela, his name is, and he works in the same building as. He has a studio in the same building that Dave Pensado does. So Dave came over and sat, and we talked for, I don't know, probably 45 minutes or so. Gibson quality is poor. That's a 1965 Gibson. That is not poor quality. That's what George Harrison played. That's what Eric Clapton played with Cream. Thank you, Steve. I already have the book. Don't need a mug or t-shirt. I want to say thank you. Oh, man, I appreciate that, Steve. That's amazing. That is amazing. Yes, she was used on Band on the Run. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate that. It's Casper. You're trying to get a Gibson Les Paul. Your wife won't let me. I get divorced. You're kidding. I think. How's my thumb doing? My thumb's doing perfectly fine. You know why? Because I haven't eaten any carbs in the last 2 days. That's why. That's it. I lay off carbs and Chicken Little just bought a mug. Have the book. Awesome. Yeah, there's going to be an update. I'll tell you about it though. Not yet though. Not yet. Working on it. No carbs, no pain. It's that simple, literally. Yeah, inflammation, carbs do it. No question. As soon as I lay off carbs 1 day of no sugar, I have no pain. Keto is real. It's true. Anti-keto. Staying off carbs is tough. So, I'll tell you a story. In 2000, it was before Lennon was being born, 2009, when my wife Nina was pregnant with Lennon. I started getting all these weird viruses. I had mono, although I didn't really have any symptoms from it. I had all these different. I kept getting sick over and over and over. And I met this guy Tony. He was an engineer, Tony Palacios, great engineer, great guitar player. And he said, "You don't look good." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, you look sick. Have you been sick?" I said, "Yeah, I have actually. We were out to dinner. I mean, it was like, what?" And he said, "Yeah, you're eating way too many carbs." And I said, "How can you tell?" He says, "Because you, I can just tell you don't look well." So he was in Guardian. Yes, Joe, he was in Guardian. That's right. Wow. We got some smart people here. So he told me about this, that his basement had been flooded. And I've never smoked a cigarette. I don't smoke anything. His basement got flooded, and he lives up in Nashville, and he didn't realize it, but they had mold in there, and all those kids, were getting sick. He was getting sick, just horribly sick, and so he finally figured out what it is, and he went on this cleanse, which is I forget what kind of cleanse it is, but it's like an anti-inflammatory diet, which is so I finally was convinced to go on this diet, this cleanse. So I did it for 2 weeks, and basically it's only green vegetables it can be stuff like avocados, but green vegetables, water, no coffee, no caffeine or anything, and antibiotic free, protein. So, and I had my blood work done. I had a physical, and I weighed 188 pounds, I think, in my physical. I was way, way out of shape. I did the cleanse for 5 weeks, and I went back to the doctor. I lost 40 pounds. My cholesterol went down over 100 points. My triglycerides went down 200 points. Everything was, he couldn't believe it. I looked like a different person. My waist went down to like a 29. My blood pressure was perfectly fine anyways, but my everything, I ate no sugar for 5 weeks straight, and I lost 40 pounds. I kept all that weight off for a year too, because I looked great. There's nothing more alarming when someone asks you if you're sick when you haven't been. No, but I had been sick. And my doctor was like, I just kept going to the doctors. I got all these weird viruses. And he was like, well, you got Dylan was a baby, so you're getting all these kids viruses and stuff, right? And it's just because my immune system was very down, eating way too much sugar. And it was really, and I noticed, so I had all this arthritis and stuff going on. I noticed that day two of my thing, all the pain was gone in my body. And I had unbelievable energy after the 5th day. I felt really sick the third and fourth days. Then I just had incredible energy. Just incredible energy. And but the fact that my triglycerides and my cholesterol went down, my cholesterol's never gone back up then after that. No fruit. There was no fruit. Nothing. Yeah. So that was it. I mean, I went from a 34 pants to a 29 waist in 5 weeks. Maybe it was a 28 waist. No coffee, nothing. No caffeine, just water. So I've already lost weight, and I've only been on this for 2 days. I can already see it in my face. I'm starting to look like myself again. It's dramatic, the difference that you feel. Every ache in my body went away. I took probiotics, tons of probiotics, when I was on this. But it was an anti-inflammatory diet. I guess it might have been a keto diet. I don't even know. Nobody talked about keto. I was never hungry either. That's the other thing. Never hungry. What beverage did I sip on for fun? I only drank water, Cal. That was it. Green vegetables, avocados, nuts. You can only eat things that don't have mold. So macadamia nuts, almonds, no cashews. Well, they're not even nuts. walnuts, and sunflower seeds. So it was it made a Nigella Beato. That's pretty funny. Yeah, so that was it. And 40 pounds in 5 weeks. 40 pounds in 5 weeks. I went from 188 to 148. Hold on one second. Vinny Caluta just texted me, so I have to answer it. $148. I am 5'8". Was this text in 5'8"? That's funny. I am not tall, but I'm about average height. When I moved here, when I was 33, I weighed 132 pounds. Don't ignore Vinny. I did not ignore Vinny. Sorry. What is my ideal weight? Well, when I was 40, I weighed 138 pounds or so. That's probably my ideal. 140 is about my ideal weight. That's what I should weigh, 140. You lost 50 pounds from nearly dying of bacterial spinal meningitis. That's not good. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. Maybe 150. I mean, honestly, 160 would be good. Have I played Novo guitars? What's my opinion? That's the second person to ask that. I've played Rhett's Novo guitar, which I liked, but that's the only one I've ever played, and I only played it for a few minutes. You get a text from Eric's slapped in. Too thin is bad. Overweight is bad as well. My father-in-law went from 216 to 139 in over a year, and he's kept it off for 10 years. He went from a 40-inch waist to a 29 waist. My father-in-law, that's 72, 73, something like that. It's unbelievable. But he tells me that he's been hungry for 10 years. He started out on doing raw foods diet. And then he went to I went to a different diet. He and my mother-in-law, she lost a lot of weight too. They've both kept it off. And he goes running all the time. He works out and goes running all the time. I can't keep up with him, and he's 73. He runs races and stuff. But 216 to 139. What guy that's 73 years old weighs 139 and he's pretty ripped. It's great. Weight loss is all about calories. That's right. No shortcuts. Yeah. Wait, if you could tell your 10-year-old, let's see, what would that be? How's the Neural app? Neural app is going. I don't really have a lot to do with it at this point. Because just because there's not really anything to do with it. But it's still going. Have I ever played Nash guitars? Yeah, they make good guitars. Bill saw 198 in the scale, got pissed, dropped to 174 in 60 days. Fantastic, man. It's awesome. Seriously, Rick Beato wigs, sell them for Halloween. My hair is iconic. I think that's why I get what's up, Ray? Thank you. Appreciate that. I think that's why I get recognized all the time, like at NAMM. It's it just I don't know. I think it's my haircut. Billy, my new assistant, was telling me that that he's glad I don't have a YouTuber haircut. And I said, what is that? What is a YouTuber haircut? He said, short on the sides and then something on the top. It's like, well, my hair's short on the sides. I'm like, what? Natural look. Yeah, I don't do anything to it. That's how my hair goes, right? Like that. It's always been like that. Lava lamp in the new room, possibly, yeah. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like when I make my first video in here tomorrow. I'm recognized because I'm you. Well, it doesn't hurt to get 9 million views in a month. A lot of people see your videos. I was at the Guitar Center tonight. I had to go pick something up, and this kid, he was probably 13. He just looks at me when I walked in. He goes, "Rick Beato?" I was like, "Yeah, what's up, man?" What's my rating in chess? I don't have a rating, Joe. I'm not a chess player. I mean, I've played chess, but I'm not a good chess player. Any panels or corner baffles? No. Once I get more stuff in here, it'll get more dead. Once I put a carpet in here tomorrow, it'll start to dry up. But there's no flutter echo or anything like that. This room is actually, it's deader than the live room a little bit. But the live room had so much stuff in it that it kept breaking, would break up the sound waves. Rick's hair is like Marty's hat. So this is a bad time for a Coke or Pepsi? Yes, very bad time. Best way to check the room is by popping a balloon. Okay. Deader than the Game of Thrones petition. Definitely deader than that. Any thoughts on Alan Holdsworth comping? Do you mean the chords Alan Holdsworth plays or the comping? It's kind of different things. I was playing some Alan Holdsworth today. Rick's hair looks like a modern Beethoven. Keep the carpet rolling so that you can add that wood floor. I'm not sure what that means. I think the hair printed on a black t-shirt would be awesome, Subi. That's an interesting idea. What I think would be coming up like Game of Thrones, I don't know. I'd make a great Bond villain one day. Do I have t-shirts for sale? Absolutely. In my store. And I got a sale going on for another 30 minutes. And the discount code, 30% off anything in my store. RB725. So if you want to support the channel, that's how you do it. That's one of the ways you can do it. You can become a member of the Beato Club. You can be anything. Let's see. When I taught college, how did you banhammer pesky students? Oh, my students hated me. Some of them did. Hated me because I was tough. Where's the store? rickbeato.com. You mean people with white hair are considered geniuses like Einstein? Yeah, I like to think of myself like that. Plug for the Beato Club right here. Awesome, Cal. Thanks to your 5-watt video on Carlos chord progression. 5-watt video on Carlos chord progression. You're learning wave. There you go. The word genius comes from the word genie. It's actually an insult. The discount code is RB725. Do I think saxophone and rock music will return? I hope not. I was talking about some saxophone works great in rock, but most doesn't to me. I was talking with my friend Jason. Thank you, Magnus. Appreciate that. Any chance of an LD Miola video? Of course there is. Jason was saying, I got to get Jason on an episode. He's so funny. That, wait a minute, I just lost my train of thought. What were we talking about? What was Jason? Oh, about the sax, right. We were talking about the song I'll Be by Edwin McCain. Sax and rock. Thank you, Tom. And about how that's such a great song. And Edwin McCain kills it. But there's this ridiculous sax part in it. It's so out of context. It's so bad. Accordion rock in rock is great. And accordion is used a lot in rock. On the Automatic for the People record by REM, there's tons of accordion on it. There's a lot of accordion in rock. A lot of accordion. Martin, a John Williams interview would be great. Can a composer like John Williams improvise over chord changes like Haydn? No. I mean, I don't think Hans Zimmer can improvise over chord changes. I did see Nare improvising with the video and bass and drums. It was great. Really great. They were screeching off the band next door right now. Keep asking about the Mr. Bungle episode. We'll keep asking about it. I'll get to it. Who is Aydin? I can't get into that tonight. It's Aydin. But I will talk about Aydin soon again. Okay, I'm going to go. I've gone this entire time over an hour and 15 minutes. And I've had a green light all the time. Aaron told me to go on and do this. Hold on, Vinny. Aaron told me to go on and see what happened. He told me to get a Cat 6 cable. And it's dead, like the no hiccups, nothing, never again. So there you go. It worked. That was my test right there. You only need a 5 megabit upload speed. It just went down to 4910 for a second. Green light is good. I've been keeping an eye on it the whole time. You guys are the best. Still got 20 minutes of the discount. RB725. 30% off anything in my store. You guys are amazing. It's been a great stream. Thank you so much. We'll talk later. Okay? The stream was solid. Yes, it was very solid. The solid stream is good. You guys are the best. See ya.